Hey, Genki Call here with upcoming events and what you can get with your event keys and other stuff we've got going on this week, what you can get with your event keys. We are in Nexus this week, and as you can see, the power level cap has increased. We can get that power level up here now. I have done so by going into Raid Boss and getting the new Godslayer here. You can only get the Godslayer in the shop. So if you want this new troop and you're going to need it for Raid Boss, you can only get it here. You cannot get him with keys. Next up, we've got, if that's the wrong button, if you want to head into the shop, I recommend that you grab your Spoils of War. You can get 10 event keys for 1800 glory. It's a great deal. I recommend doing this every single week if you can afford it, and then um, grab your glory troop. And if you notice, Disney has entered the chat. She so looks like a Disney character to me. The Waterborne Scribe. Scribery, the act of bribing people with books. I am very susceptible to scribery, by the way. Anyway, the Waterborne Scribe is going to convert all yellow gems to brown and give 2 magic to all allies boosted by gems converted with a boost ratio of 3 to 1, meaning if you do 9 gems, if you convert 9 gems, you'll get 3 extra magic to all allies. Hello. Also, create a blue gem when my turn begins. That's kind of the gimmick for all of the pretty much all of the troops in Nexus. So grab this. I recommend getting this up to Mythic level when you can afford it. Start getting it up to Ascendable to Mythic so that you'll have it for your power levels when you need it. So let me grab the Scowl. And let's head into Nexus, and I will show you what you can get with your event keys. We're not going to go over every single troop. As you can see, I only need 1 more, so all I have to do, actually, to get the power level up is ascend and well, actually, I just have to trait that new troop. But let's go over what you can get and what you cannot get with your event keys this week. So the mythics are Aquaria and Kalika. They are okay. Kalika's going to be, I mean, she's going to be good for events, but neither one of them is particularly powerful. Aquaria is really not bad. She does splash damage to 3 random enemies boosted by submerged allies. The reason I say that she's not great is because Aquaticus is better. Aquaticus does it better, so I can't help comparing the two. For traits, submerge myself when I take damage. That's going to make it really hard to kill with an AoE troop. Create a blue gem at the beginning of each turn, and give 4 life to all blue allies matching blue gems. Kalika, she's going to do damage to 4 random enemies boosted by elemental stars. Every single elemental star on the screen is going to give you an additional 6 damage, and that's great, except if there are a bunch of elemental stars on the screen, you're going to want to get the elemental stars off the screen before your enemies do, because that is a ton of mana, so, you know. And a 50% chance to create an elemental star at the start of my turn. For the legendaries, we have 2. You will not be able to get the Umbral Nexus troops. Oh, there are 3, my bad. The Umbral Nexus troops you have to get from Umbral Nexus in the Underworld, and the levers you have to get from... It's a tarot card, so you have to get it from the vault. But King Heliodor, he's okay. He does true damage to the first enemy, boosted by brown gems and allies, an additional 2 damage for each, and then knocks them to the back and creates 3 elemental stars. He also has skull damage reduction by 50%. He creates that brown gem at the start of every turn and gives 5 life to all elemental allies when matching brown gems. Pretty much the only time he's going to be useful is if you're using multiples of him on a team. That's just my personal opinion. He does work very well with 3 on a team and a weapon. Alright, the next legendary troop we have is the Nexus Portal. This guy is going to create 4 to 6 elemental stars and summon a random Nexus troop. Those elemental stars are super powerful. You get a ton of mana off of them. The elemental stars are red, brown, blue, and green. So if it gets near any of those colors, you're going to get a ton of mana off of them going off, and then conjure an elemental storm when matching 4+ gems. At this time, this is the only way to get an elemental storm in the game, unless they, well, there is another possible way, but I've never actually seen it happen, so I'm just going to just smooth right over that and move on. Next up is Queen Ash. She does heavy splash damage, and that information is right here, to the second to last enemy, boosted by brown gems and allies. Pull them to the front, create 3 elemental stars. Here's the thing. Good troop, unless there's only one troop on the board. If there's only one troop on the board, there is no second to last enemy. Therefore, she will do absolutely nothing except create the 3 elemental stars. She is useless for damage once there's only one troop left, so meh. Skull damage reduction by 50%, creates a brown gem at the start of the turn, and give 2 magic to all elemental allies when matching brown gems. Let's see. Besides that, you're going to have this for the event, so be sure to grab that, as I said. Besides that, the most useful troop that we have here is Shale. She converts 1 mana gem into an elemental star, and that doesn't seem like much, but it gets you a ton of mana. You want to cast in a spot where you can get a match for, and you just get a bunch of mana, and you will loop unless she is frozen, or unless you're frozen on the color that she matches. So she also creates a Death Storm at the start of battle and creates a brown gem when her turn begins. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get this gal maxed out so that I can get my power level up another click. Disney! She looks like she belongs, she kind of looks like the female version of the genie from Aladdin. You know, that she could be a female genie. Anyway, that's besides the point. So yes, she's very pretty. Let's back on out of there. Got this up another power level. Yay! Yay, Nexus! And we cannot get it up, and we can't increase it any more than power level 18. So the campaign tasks are very easy. Campaign tasks are, oh, it's easier to actually see it this way. Match 4 gems, 4+ gems, 250 times, win 20 PvP battles, and win any battle 50 times. So, you know, the campaign tasks nowadays are much easier to complete because you just have to play the game, and that's so much nicer than it was before, in my opinion. Anyway, next up, oh yes, I forgot. The trials, the troops have been changed in here. So now we've got the Doomed Gargoyle, Queen Ash, Umbral Giant, and Shale, and haven't really looked at this till just this moment. Skull damage reduction by 50%. 50%. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this team. I think that the order it's in is fine. Up to you. You might want to move Shale up to get some more mana, but Umbral Giant will also get you some mana, so I haven't tried it. I haven't even looked at it till just now, so they did change it, however. I forgot to come up with a team for Underspire. I do have teams for the Festival of Feathers, the new holiday event in here. Now I'll go over this. I'm going to make a separate video. I've got some teams for that. I'll just make it a separate video so that this video won't be so long. In the event shop, we've got the new armor. This is what it looks like. And then the new legendary, which is from Forest of Thorns. It's going to do true damage to the first 2 enemies, eliminate 7 attack for them, and if an enemy dies, create 10 purple gems, which does feed back into itself, and a 10% chance to summon an owl bear when my turn begins. Speaking of the owl bear, the new pet Grim Feathers cub here, you will have gotten a copy of this in your mail today, and that is because purchasing all of the stock of this will not get the pet maxed. You have to have that extra copy from the devs in order to get it maxed. So they sent that in the mail today. Everybody now has this pet, and if you want to max it out, you can do it with the event. And next up, goodness gracious, we have Guild Wars this week. I will put a link at the end of this video. There will be a playlist for my Guild Wars tutorials and whatnot, but the most important things to do are set your defense teams, and this one is blue. You can see on the edge here which color it is. So this should be, just click here, switch this to blue and green. This one should be red and brown, even though that doesn't look very brown to me. It's supposed to be brown. Yellow stays the same. We had it on day 5 last time, and then the last one here is purple. So that is number one thing you need to be working on. Make sure that you have 24 unique troops. You can see at the bottom here, and it will show up in just a second. This says 23. That means I have a duplicate. It's right here. I just need to figure out which team I'm going to change, and then because otherwise you won't get full points for Guild Wars. So be sure to set up your Guild Wars stuff, set up your Sentinels, and let's see, what else have we got going on? Anything? Scribe me a river. Festival of Feathers, got that. Guild Wars, Raid Boss. The new troop is going to, if you use her in battle, you'll PvP or Explore, you'll get an additional 40 souls per battle. And upcoming events. This last week I forgot this. We have Grey Malkin is our pet rescue on Wednesday. Tomorrow we have Umbral Nexus. Very, very important. If you don't have the Umbral Tome, you can get it in the event shop tomorrow during the Faction Assault. It's the only way to get the Umbral Tome. Except that during the Faction Assault, you'll also be able to get it in the Soul Forge, but it's better to spend gems than diamonds on that. On Thursday, the class trial is Elementalist, and this weekend we have Arena. It's going to be a down weekend for me. I generally don't do Arena except to check maybe 3 battles a day just to check out what the offers are going to be. So that should be it for this video. I will be back with teams for the Festival of Feathers. Please have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be. Like and subscribe if you would, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!